Hello there and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing a couple of first impressions on two new releases from NYX. I say new releases, but if you're watching this in like 7 years, they're not going to be new releases. So why did I say that? I have no idea. But anyway, so these are from the I Love You So Mochi, which is such a cute little name. The I Love You So Mochi collection. I've got the highlighting palette. This is in the shade Lit Life. And I have the Sleek and Chic palette. I don't want to say eyeshadow palette because I believe that the kind of formula of both the highlighters and the eyeshadows are quite unique in the sense that they claim to be like, well, let me just read you out the claims. I mean, really, right now, Anwen, just read out the fucking claims. Let's do this. Okay, because otherwise I'd be making it up like, really, like, let's be real here. I would just be here going, they're kind of microfiber, made with unicorn toenails, with crushed in mermaids hemorrhoids. I mean, I don't know anyway. But by the way, Andreas and I just got back from gymnastics. I take him every Saturday. All the parents just kind of sit in this room and there's windows and you can watch what your child's doing. But anyway, I was sat right by the door today and it's freezing. They've got no kind of heating in there and the door was wide open. So anyway, there were a couple of ladies opposite and they went and shut the door and I was thinking, oh, hallelujah, the room has suddenly warmed up by at least 25 degrees. Anyway, man got up, he went out. Did he shut the door behind him? No, he did not. So I thought, well, okay, then I will just shut the door and maybe everybody in the room can see. Now we have enforced rules. If you leave, you make sure that the door is shut. And if someone comes in and doesn't shut the door, we'll just give them the, you know, side eyes to say, you fucking bitch, why did you not shut the door? The man left, didn't shut the door. So I thought, it's fine, it's fine. I'm an independent woman, I can get up, and I will shut it. So I got up and I pushed the door shut and I got a little thank you. Thank you. It makes such a difference. I got, you know, the nod of respect from two other mums and I was like, yes, don't worry, I've got it covered here. I will be on door duty. And I thought, this is fine. I mean, how many people are going to be coming in and out of here anyway? Literally, for the full hour. People were in, they were out, they were in. I'm thinking, what are you doing? Like, why? Why do you need to be going in and out 10 million times in an hour? In and out and in. And at first I was like, I'll shut the door. Oh, it makes a huge difference, doesn't it? Shutting the door. But then after like the 15th time, I'm like, oh, for feck's sake, I can't do this anymore. This is meant to be the weekend. I'm not meant to be working. Since when did I become a door person? I don't know. But anyway, it was a very ridiculous situation. So then I just kind of turned round and looked through the window. So my back was to the door. I had no part in managing the door anymore. I was like, no, not for me. Not for me, thanks. Okay, so anyway, that was just a complete side note. So let's get into the actual video. I mean, really. Okay, so this is what the highlighting palette looks like. And the description is inspired by the marshmallow textured Japanese treat Mochi. Oh, so Mochi must be like a Japanese treat, as it just said. Why did I need to repeat that? I don't know. In my head I was thinking Mochi was like a cute little bear. I don't know why, I just thought it's a cute little bear. These are the softest, bounciest highlighters we've ever come across. You've got to feel them to believe them in 2 colour kissed palettes. Lit Life warm tones, while Arcade Glam, which is the other one, features cooler tones. These weightless powders deliver a glossy duochromatic glow you'll recognise from your wildest makeup fantasies. I love the description, that's wonderful. And it says, be warned, they are seriously addictive. It's kind of like, okay, I'm getting a vision in the future, me at Makeup Junkies Anonymous, and I just stand up and say, yes, I am Anwen and I am here today because I am seriously addicted to the Mochi palette. And then some fecker comes in, I have to shut the door behind them. And I'm just like, oh, not again. Not this again. I thought I left this behind at gymnastics. I mean, really. So anyway, so this is a highlighting palette. As you can see, it's got like a peachy shade, a yellowy goldy shade, and then a beautiful kind of pinky purpley shade. So these are meant to be like a bouncy, like putty kind of almost, you know, veering on cream-like formula, which is the reason why I got this and the eyeshadow palette, because I have some Stila I think they're called the Heaven Hues highlighters. I've got those and they are like putty, and they're some of the most fantastic highlighters I've ever tried. So next, and by the way, I am going to get into like first impressions in just a sec, but I'm just giving you the, you know, the 411 on it all. So this is the eyeshadow palette, the Sleek and Chic one. I think the other one is called the Electric Pastels palette. And believe me, like when I first saw the pictures of both of the palettes, it was the Electric Pastel one that really kind of drew me in and, you know, got my vagina extremely dripping wet. I don't know, I must have had like my sensible, rational makeup junkie head on that day, because I decided to go for this one. I just thought it was a little bit more wearable. I could see myself kind of reaching into this and using it a lot more, and also I just really like this kind of beautiful peachy kind of shade, and I'm having a bit of a moment with, well, I say I'm having a bit of a moment with peach. I've been having a moment with peach for the past 2 years, so is it a moment? Not really, Anwen. No. Get it right next time. Just say you love peach. Forget the moment situation. I am actually going to, sorry, I just apologise to my makeup brushes. Do you ever do that? You like, you know, walk past the table and kick the leg, and then you like apologise to the table leg, and you're thinking, who am I right now? I am literally apologising to inanimate objects. I mean, I do it too, so don't worry. But anyway, so I am going to begin today with the highlighting palette, because I just thought it would be really beautiful if we could see it, you know, as I'm applying the eyeshadow. And predominantly, I am going to be using my fingers to apply both of these products, because if they are anything like the Stila highlighters that I have, I believe that your finger is your best tool. Don't we all believe that, ladies? Let's begin with some swatches. So let me do the first feel. Oh my gosh, this is like the virgin voyage of feeling these highlighters. So I'm going to go in with the peach shade. Did I tell you I was having a moment with peach? We've been over that, I know. Okay, so it doesn't feel anything like the Heaven's Hue highlighters. Like, it feels nothing like it. I mean, it looks beautiful. Look at that, my finger. It's definitely got that wet look sheen that is forever making my vagina wet, you know. It actually looks like a goldy peach. Like, I thought it was just going to be peach, but it definitely has quite a lot of gold in it. Okay, so that one is that one. This one is this one. No, they don't feel anything like the Stila ones. I wish I had them here, but they're in my desk drawer at work. But they feel like putty, so when you can like press your finger into it, and it kind of like, your finger goes into it as if you were using like Play-Doh or something. Does that make sense? Oh my gosh, look at this. Okay, so these are definitely more powdery. I see what they mean. They're not cream. These are a powder. But look at that. It is a little bit chunky in a way, but I still think it's absolutely sensational. Okay, and lastly, we're going to go in with this beautiful pinky shade. They do feel like really, really soft. As you can see, all three of them have just got a beautiful, like, metallic, wet look sheen kind of look that makes you look like you've just had, like, 10 rounds of... I was going to say something really rude, but I'm not going to say it, and it wasn't what you think. I know what you think I was going to say, but I promise I was not. I was going to say something like, it was off the scale of rude, because I have a really dirty mind, if you hadn't noticed before. So anyway, okay, so let's swatch these bad boys. This video is going to be the longest video in the world, by the way. Oh, Shania Twain, I've just realised I've already got fecking swatches on my hand, because I'm a makeup junkie. I always have swatches on my hand. So let me just wipe these little feckers off, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so we're going to begin with the pinky purpley one. I mean, it doesn't have like a huge amount of like, you know, kind of colour to it, but it is like really, really beautiful. I feel like these are going to be potentially quite subtle, you know, up on the cheek, and I don't really think they're duochromatic in the true sense of the word. Let's go in with the other one. So this is the peachy one. Again, it's beautiful, but it doesn't have that like interesting colour shift to it, you know, that I usually expect from a duochromatic shade. Oh no, which one? This is the yellowy goldy one. Okay, so oh my gosh, I love the yellowy gold one. That one is really right up my street. It's like slap my ass and call me salami, because that one is actually really kind of singing to my vagina right now. So okay, so the time has come, and I'm going to just get into this. So I think I'm going to begin with this one, the yellowy gold, because that was my favourite when I kind of swatched it. I'm just going in with my finger. I just feel like, actually, do you know what? should I go, let's go in with the brush. I'm going to keep that swatch on my finger and somehow try to not get it off my finger. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but I'm going to use this little brush. By the way, this brush was from TZ Cosmetics, and it's actually really, really good for applying highlight because it's got like a side to it, which is quite densely packed, so you can just get a good like positioning, if that makes sense. So I'm going to just go in it with the brush. Oh my gosh, so actually it does apply a lot better like with a brush than I thought. Look at that. Sensational. Oh my gosh, like I'm loving it. I am loving it right now. I'm so glad that I got this palette and not the cooler toned one, because I feel like sometimes with cooler tones they can look a little bit like ashy, you know. They're good side on, but like front on they just look a little bit like unnatural and stark, you know. So next I'm going to go in it with my finger and the gold shade. But look, I feel like with just like one kind of, you know, dip and swipe, the good old dip and swipe, I feel like, that's what she said, I mean really, the good old dip and swipe. But anyway, okay, my mind was going off in all different kinds of directions then, but let's go in with the finger. Oh my god, oh my gosh, oh yeah, ooh, 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 look at that, oh my gosh, I'm loving it. She is la 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 loving it. Okay, so look at that. Guys, I'm loving it. I love it. I love it from the front. I love it from the side. I love it from behind. Kind of like my sex life. But no, I'm joking. That was a touch too far. But anyway, so, okay, so we've done this shade in the middle. And I just, la, 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 love it. Okay, so next, sorry, I'm in a crazy mood. It was gymnastics. It was all like getting up and shutting the door that's got me going. Okay, so this next shade is this one. This is the next shade. So I'm just going to go in. I just remembered that I've got a whole other palette that I need to try. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, we're going to be here all day, literally. Is the pinky purpley shade. As you can see, like it definitely does not have the same level of, you know, sass or bombastic glow. Like, I mean, I like it. And I like the formula a lot. It's a very forgiving formula because it's not like a chunky powder. So I feel like if you've got more mature skin, as I have, it won't accentuate like fine lines and pores and that kind of thing. And you know, if there was like a spider and he came down from the ceiling and then he just went on your face, it's almost like he would get really scared because he would think, oh my gosh, I'm literally going to just slide across this wet face. I mean, really. I'm going to go in with the brush just to see if that gives us a little bit more pizzazz. Has it? I don't know. Let me check. I'm kind of looking off into space thinking, has it? Well, Anwen, I don't know. You're not looking into a fucking mirror, girl. I mean, really. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I don't really like that one. It's just not my favourite. Like, it's not wowing me. I mean, I'm loving yellow over here. I'm loving it. Living for it. But this, I'm just not. Okay, so I'm now going to go in with the peachy goldy one. Rub that brush up in there. Yes, okay. I'm just applying this on top. Do you know what? I feel like fingers are the way forward. I feel like up close they do look like a little bit dry on the skin. Like, I don't know, like this yellow gold one has such a beautiful like glow to it, but I just feel like the other two are not really like, they're not getting me hot right now, you know. I'm just not getting totally excited about them, and I feel like they're not particularly buildable. Once you start to like apply more, you know, because you're a highlighter hoe and you just want all the highlighter in the world, once you start to apply more, I just feel like then it does start to emphasize a little bit of texture. Yeah, do you know what, like, I just feel like, right, I feel like this sexy little yellow gold in the middle, he's really good, he's fabulous, and I will definitely be wearing him again. But these two like sisters over each side, I'm just kind of like, I can't see that I'm ever going to be reaching into these, because I just tried the most amazing highlight palette the other day. I think the video will have gone up last night on the TZ fucking Cosmetics Aurora palette. I mean, this is absolutely sensational. Like, if I do a swatch, they're actually quite similar in terms of the formula, in the sense that they do not feel powdery. But this is a TZ one, and let me just swatch the kind of yellowy gold of this palette. Can you see? Like, you can see the difference. So you could definitely see like a little bit of powder on the NYX one, but then the TZ one is just literally like a cream. You can't see any powder. So I feel like I'm kind of comparing everything at the moment to the Aurora palette, because it is actually my favorite highlight formula. So yeah, I don't love these, and like, to be completely like realistic, am I really going to be reaching for this, even when I love the yellow gold shade, but am I really going to be reaching for it when I've got the Aurora palette and I actually prefer the formula? And, you know, there's a very similar shade in that palette. Can you see what I mean? Like, you know, the difference between the slightly powdery one and then the creamy one. Okay, so okay, so I mean, I feel like the only like shade in this palette that actually packs some punch is the yellowy gold. This palette costs £17. So my kind of view is, would I pay £70 just for this one highlighter? Because I can't really see that I'm going to be using the other two. And the answer is definitely no. And not just because I've got a very similar but superior shade and formula in the Aurora palette, but just because I just don't think it would be worth £17. Do you know what I mean? I'm a cheap ass. I'm not paying £17 for one highlighter. No, thank you. Well, I probably have in the past, you know. Oh, seriously, the highlighter hoe almost smashed the highlighters to smithereens. What kind of a highlighter hoe am I really? I mean, really. Right, so that's the highlighters. I probably wouldn't recommend, to be totally honest with you. And also the Arcade Glam palette, I think it is, which is the cooler toned one. The shades in that one are so much more like subtle and lighter than in this palette, and two of the shades look completely the same. Sorry, I didn't mean to swear at you back then. I wouldn't recommend either of these palettes. But anyway, we're going to move straight on to the Sleek and Chic palette. Where did you come from? What are you even doing in there? I mean, imposter. I'm going to swatch all of these, and then I'm just going to apply them on my eyes using my little finger. So okay, let's begin. I feel like, could I just put that there? Would that be like a good filming technique? I don't know, I've never done these before, but oh my gosh, Anwen, stop with all of these professional filming situations. I mean, next I'll have a ring light, a soft light, a box light, a vagina light, whatever they're called, I don't know. But okay, so I'm going to go in with the black one. Oh my gosh, that's so gorgeous. Oh my gosh, I just heard Honey shout. I think the boys are killing each other downstairs. But anyway, look at this. That's absolutely sensational. I'm going to go into this one, and I'm going to go into my favourite. Okay, so this is what those three. Is this a really crappy like situation? Let me know, please, in the comments. Right. Okay, so I'll just swatch these three. So that's the black one, that's that pinky one, and then we have the, oh my gosh, I love the peach. This might be actually the winner for me. You know, feck the highlighter, just get this. Okay, so next, oh, I'm not going to swatch anything because I've still got a feck load of black all on my fecking finger. Okay, so next we have three more shades. They feel so soft. I'm actually a huge fan of like creamy kind of eyeshadows. Oh, these look absolutely beautiful. Look at that. And I am actually so glad that I got this palette. But if I love it, if I love the formula and everything, then I feel like I might get the Electric Pastels one. Because really, who gives a feck if I'm not going to be wearing it every day? You know, I could enjoy it. I could still enjoy the bad boy. Okay, well, actually, I love bad boys. They're the best. They're the most fun. Who wants a good boy? Not me. I mean, really. Anyway, not that I want a boy because I've got Honeys. He's fabulous, of course. Anyway, so here we have like a matte creamy shade, and then the rest shimmers. Look at that. Oh, okay, my vagina's taking off again. It's just, oh, which one was that? That's beautiful. It's like a light pinky silver, and we have a bronze. We have, oh, that's a beautiful shade, and then we've got the little matte one at the end. So, okay, so these are the shades. They just feel so smooth, creamy. They glide on, just what you would expect from like a creamy kind of product. So I don't know, are these like a powder? Like, they don't feel like a powder. These are more creamy, like, whereas the highlighters, they had a little bit of powder to them. These just feel creamy. They've got dimethicone as their first ingredient, which is no surprise. It doesn't look like they actually have like any talc in them whatsoever that I can see. So I do believe that these are like a different formula to the highlighters. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and get to applying these. I'm definitely going to use the peach because it's sensational. I am going to use a brush to begin with, just this little like, it's like a flat topped brush. I got this from AliExpress. It was super cheap. So I'm just going to dip it in to the peach one, but for me really I much prefer using my fingers. I'm much more of like a finger freak, you know what I mean? Okay, so I'm just going to pop this on. By the way, just to let you know as well, because I was having a bit of a dilemma over, should I prime my eyes in the same way as I would do if I was going to be applying a powder product? I just like put my foundation on my eyelids and then just put a tiny bit of powder just to set them. So I didn't like go the whole hog and like set my eyelids as I usually would, just simply because this is like a creamier product. So okay, so I feel like you're potentially going to be there for a lifetime, just aging, going into your senior years. If you use a brush, I ain't got time for that. So I'm going to just use my finger. There we go. Look how dirty my fingers are. I mean, really, she's a makeup junkie. So anyway, one of my colleagues at work used to always ask me and say, Anwen, what's that on your hand? When I'd have like, you know, an old lipstick swatch on there, and I'd say, oh, it's just a lipstick swatch. He doesn't even ask me now because he knows that's a lipstick swatch. Anwen's been swatching. She's a fucking makeup junkie. Let HR know she has issues. Okay, so yeah, definitely applying it with your finger is the way forward. I know some people don't like using their finger to apply makeup, but I'm just all about the fingers. It definitely it is your, I was going to say God, but I'm an atheist. But it's definitely is it like a vegan tool? Like everyone wants vegan stuff. Like if you're a vegan, this is it's vegan tool because it's just part of you. It's not, I have no idea. Where am I even going with this? I don't know. Anyway, okay. By the way, no disrespect whatsoever to vegans. I'm a vegetarian. I've been a vegetarian all my life. I would love to be a vegan, but I love cheese. I mean, I love cheese. I just could not have cheese in my life. So anyway, I'm just going to use this brush just to blend out those edges. One thing that really like freaks me out a little bit is that because these are all, apart from this one shade at the end, they're all like shimmery. I usually don't use shimmer kind of formulas or shadows in my crease. I'm more of like a matte kind of crease girl. But do you know what? Let's try something new. Let's do it. So in my crease today, I'm going to go in with like this champagne one, and then I may pop in a little bit of the bronze. No, I'm not. What am I even saying? Oh, do you know what? I could have set my lid with that one. That's matte, the matte one. Why didn't I do that? Guys, could you not have told me, like, really, I need to do a live video, because I know you'd be telling me stuff like that. You'd be like, Anwen, there's a fucking matte one in there. Use it, use it. Okay, so I'm just going to pop this into my crease. I mean, I feel like if you wanted a really, like, quick and easy, you know, eyeshadow palette to use, where you could just, you know, throw it on, you could just pop it on in the morning, you don't have to worry about brushes or just fecking around, this would be a really good palette to go for, because it is actually really easy to use. I feel like sometimes powders, you know, you have to blend them and you just feel like your wrist is going to fall off. But this is like actually really easy to use, and I'm just loving it. I'm a huge fan of cream makeup in general. I'm going to pop a little bit of this like bronzy kind of shade again in the crease, just because why not? Why not? I just want a little bit of va-va-voom. I don't know if this is what I would necessarily, you know, do if I wasn't filming, but I want to try and use as many of these beautiful shades as I can. Oh. I always feel like I'm a bit of a crackhead, you know, when I've got like a red or pink under my eye, I'm like, hello, where's my next fix coming from? But I don't care really. I like the crackhead look. I just think it's a grungy, cool look. I'm going to go in more with this peach shade on the lid. Do you know what? I really love this palette. I think it's actually really, really good. If I wasn't about to go out... Oh, excuse me. Did I invite you to stick yourself up my nostril? I don't think I did. Let's not do that again. Okay, so I'm going to kind of replicate on the other eye what I've done on this eye, and then I'll be back. These are absolutely gorgeous, and if you like more kind of creamy kind of eyeshadows, I think that you would really, really like the palette. They're going to be a bit of a companion palette, I feel, unless you just wanted to have like, you know, a really quick and easy eye. I feel like if you want to build it up and have like a bit more of a dramatic, sexy eye, you would need to use another palette that maybe had mattes in, and you could kind of smoke out, you know, your crease a little bit. But I'm just going to go in with a little bit of the pinky shade, and I'm just going to pop that on the kind of outer area. The actual kind of texture of these is very similar to the Stila Heaven Hue highlighters that I was talking about earlier. I'm going to go in with the pink just because I just feel like I just wanted to. I'm just like, yes, living for it. Let's just pop everything on. My eyes are feeling a little bit like sexual. I'm going to put a little bit of this champagne shade just in my, like, inner corner, just like bam. Put a little bit on my nose. Could you use this as a highlight? Maybe. Let's pop a little bit of this one. There. Oh gosh, it would look nice on my lips. Should I pop some on? Look. Okay, now we're talking. A little bit of this pinky highlight, I wonder, just to... I mean, nothing's going to take over that side, but if I popped it on there... Oh my gosh. So I feel like the formula of these work better as highlighters than the ones in the highlighting palettes. And obviously you've got lots of different shades here. A lot of these shades aren't your typical highlight shades, but I feel like, you know, this, if you wanted to use it as a highlighter, you could, because look, that pink looks actually quite beautiful on there. Okay, so this is the finished look. I absolutely love the eye look. I love the formula of the eyeshadow palette. I think the shades are sensational. It's in no way like your typical powder palette. It definitely is different. I feel like you're going to have to just go in with your fingers to get the best out of this palette. I do feel like it can just give you like a beautiful, like, you know, like metallic-y, creamy kind of look on your eyes. So I really do recommend the palette. And actually the like little well, I say eyeshadows, but for me I think eyeshadows as in like powder sense, but you can see like where I've kind of put my finger in there, you can see a dent, which is extremely similar to the Heaven Hues highlighters by Stila that I keep going on about, that no one cares about. But anyway, so this is what I expected the formula of the highlighter to be like. Formula of the highlighter just is not my favourite. I like that it's something a bit different, but it just did not get me going, you know. I do love this middle shade, but I don't love it enough to pay like £17 just for that, because I'm not really going to be using the other two. Maybe I could use them as like eyeshadows, probably not. But I mean, I don't regret buying it. I've had fun testing it out. I think that it's one that I would recommend. No, I wouldn't. I'd recommend you probably get maybe like one of the Heaven Hue highlighters by Stila. They're just gorgeous. Or just, this is the thing, I recommend you get this. Get the Aurora palette if you want duochrome, if you want like a wet look sheen, and you know, not a typical powder highlight. If you want something a little bit different, a little bit creamier, very forgiving on more mature skin, I would definitely recommend the Aurora palette. So unfortunately, this is the product I was most excited about with this mini kind of haul, and this is one that no. However, love the eyeshadow palette. I think it's beautiful, but I love it on my lips as well, over my liquid lipstick. But anyway, so this brings the review to an end. I know this review is going to be like so long, and the temptation with me is always there to kind of split up reviews, because I always feel bad when I put out a really long review, because I know that you're all busy and I just sometimes like prefer shorter videos. It's easier to edit as well and upload and everything like that. But I asked on Instagram if people would like to see these in the same video or separate videos, and the unanimous kind of opinion was to put them in the same video. So I hope you don't mind it's such a long video, but please let me know going forward what you would prefer me to do. I am off now. By the way, just to say, I think £18 is actually a good price for this. It's obviously, for me, it's more on the expensive side, but I do think I'm going to be using this palette a lot. So I love it. Okay, so I am going to go. I hope you're having a fabulous day. I'm going to go and get my industrial piercing done, which I know a lot of people on Instagram were kind of giving me like just horror stories about it. But it's something that I just want to do and I want to experience it. I'll probably be here like in a week, just like with my ear bleeding, like swelled up 5 sizes bigger than it is now. Like, guys, like, why didn't you try to dissuade me from getting this done? Why, guys? Why? Anyway, I'm going to go. But thank you so much for watching. I'll be back soon with more.